What is up, everyone? Tommy Magnus here with a quick little talk just about some stuff I was thinking about, and I came across a fairly wonderful thing called Simpsons Wave this past week, and I'm not gonna just talk about Simpsons Wave, which I would recommend you watch it just to experience it. And it is basically vaporwave music with clips from classic Simpsons episodes, which it kind of, the beauty of it is that it creates this sense of nostalgia, and the emotional aspect with tied in with the music and seeing classic Simpsons episodes, it kind of hypnotizes you in in a way. Yeah, and it sort of brings back a lot of childhood memories in many ways. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Childhood, how The Simpsons is linked, at least for me, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people my age and people, I guess, older than me as well, because it started in the early 90s, and I was born early, early mid 90s. And I guess I watched all the Simpsons early 2000s mainly. But I watched all the early episodes and everything, and it's not my earliest memories. That would probably be of watching something. It would probably more be maybe Rugrats or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think it's a powerful thing, the way it is so linked intrinsically with your childhood and the memories it brings up. It's just it takes you back to a different time and a different place. Even sometimes you think of people you haven't seen since you were a child. Just a lot of things. And I was just thinking, I've been watching some classic Simpsons lately, and just how amazing it is that how the moral lessons that you get from the Simpsons, and that's being conveyed to children as well. I mean, that's part of the beauty of the Simpsons. It's also funny now watching it as, let's say, an adult, 20, in my 20s now. Um, I guess it's a lot of the jokes, subtle jokes you either missed or didn't get. What is it when Homer's doing the breathalyzer and he's like, Moe's, it's like Boris Yeltsin. Like, I didn't know what Boris Yeltsin was when I was a kid, and I presume most kids didn't get that either. There's probably still older people who don't get it. He's the communist guy, Russia, the ruler in communist times. But yeah, a famous guy, and that's not the point. But yeah, just like even in the just the moral lessons that it gives to children. I'm just thinking, where do children get that from now? If because Simpsons is still on now, I'll admit. I mean, unless I guess there are people who are of the age where they probably have kids who grew up watching The Simpsons. Of course, there will be, and maybe that'll be how the younger generation will watch The Simpsons and get these good moral lessons that it has to give, like in the episode when Lisa becomes vegetarian, where she learns that Apu tells her that basically, um, you can stand up for what you believe in, and so on, be vegetarian, whatever, but you don't have to force your views on other people, and you can just be a good person and influence them in other ways without forcing them to have the same views as you. I mean, as a child, I probably didn't understand fully all that, but it's just it's good that it will. I think subconsciously you take in some of that, definitely. I just think that's interesting. And when Bart loses his soul as well, he has that kind of existential crisis where he sells his soul is sold to Millhouse, and it's about 10 years old. And it's quite heavy stuff for, say, I remember watching this when I was 10 years old and thinking it's an interesting thing, because it's just, and watching it recently, it's just been interesting to think how I thought of these things and how it brings back memories, and also how I would have thought about it then, and how, yeah, it's just like reflection, time. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, and I just think The Simpsons does a lot to teach us, and it's hard to think of things that are around now that would have a similar effect on the younger generation. I don't know what to watch in SpongeBob. Well, we had SpongeBob in as well. I can't remember. Actually, to be honest, I think I was even kind of a little too old for SpongeBob, and yet I still watched it. But that doesn't really have any great moral lessons. I don't know what. I struggle to think of where they get these things from. PewDiePie? That's what the kids are watching now? And this Swedish man who swears plays video games. So that's what I mean. I don't know where they're getting it from. Like, thank God. That's what I mean. These younger generation are doomed. They're all on the internet. They're all on YouTube. They see so much filth, basically the fucked. And that's it. Tommy Magnus. Peace out. I think, yeah, basically to sum up, I think it's interesting how some television, I mean, the same films as well. Like, I don't know, Lord of the Rings is something of a similar time when I was fairly young when these films came out, but I remember going to the cinema to see these, and they too have a strong moral. Of course, the books were out much longer before, but you think the whole good versus evil thing is there, and you could say Game of Thrones, but younger people can't. Young children can't really watch it. It's only promotes. It's a bit too lewd, really, for children, isn't it? And I'm sure there are younger people who have watched it and so on, but yeah, to sum up, I think it's interesting how a television program can have such a profound effect, and I worry for the younger generation that they are lacking some kind of moral guidance. Peace out.